Hey everybody, welcome back. I am here to do the Confessions of a Palette Addict. Confessions of a Palette Addict. Okay? There. Got it out. The right way. Anyways, this is my entire palette collection. I basically defined a palette by having 4 or more shadows. Because that's really more of a palette. It's really better to just do 4 or more. How many makeup palettes do you have? I have 40. Yeah. How many of those are eyeshadow palettes? 38. How many are non-eyeshadow palettes? 2. One is my Coastal Scents 10 Blush Palette. I love this sucker. It is one of my favorite palettes. You know, just a wide variety of colors. I mean, I love it. You can get this online at coastalscents.com. Okay. Next, the second one is my concealer palette. I don't use it as often as I do my regular concealers. Probably because it feels really greasy to me. It feels like one of those cover sticks. Okay. What are your top 3 favorite palettes? One is my Smashbox Click Your It palette. I really enjoy this palette. Got a wide variety of colors. They're all just amazingly pigmented, you know. And I actually had to go on a hunt. This is, what are your palette regrets? Okay, I got 2 palette regrets, and I got swatched fingers really bad. Sorry. First one is Jessie Girl. This is the green palette eye color collection. Kind of using this as an eyeliner palette. So, yeah. The next one that I really did not like, that is actually my absolute biggest regret, is my CoverGirl eyeshadow quad and Blossom 257. Okay. Alright, how many limited edition or holiday palettes do you own? Well, let's count them. I got 1, 2. These are Wet n Wild. I got Floating at the After Party and Walking the Red Carpet. I like these. This one is basically most of the color of the year Radiant Orchid. So, I've done some really great looks with this. I really enjoy this. This one reminds me, it's almost like a dupe to my Naked palette, almost. Okay. Next is so that's 2. This is my 3rd. This is the Smashbox Click Your It Holiday Eye Palette. Yep. I just talked about it. It's one of my favorite palettes. I really enjoy it. So, we're up to 3. Then I got this e.l.f. Cruella de Vil. It's a lookbook, but it does have a palette in there of 6 shadows. I couldn't find any of the other ones though. My Lorac Mint palette. I love this one. This I do use. I use the cheek. I use all the eye colors. These, I love Lorac. I mean, they know what they're doing with this stuff. And they're just so nice and buttery. They're blendable. I did find on the green, I kind of had to build that up a little bit. But it's still really nice. I really like it. Let's see here. Next is my e.l.f. Beauty Book 10-piece party eyeshadow palette. I think this should have gone on one of my biggest regrets too, because I really don't use e.l.f. eyeshadows. And my last one, yeah, my Vice 2 palette. I love this sucker. I love the mirror. I mean, this mirror is huge. I love the colors. I love the name. That makes, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 limited edition or holiday palettes. Wow. Okay. How many of your palettes are custom? 2. Alright. This is a Z palette I got. It's a little one. It has all of my Almay softies. I just depotted them and I put them in here. I do use them, as you can see. I use them. I really like them. Except they do have a tendency to kind of fall out a little bit. I do like it. This one is my bigger one. And, okay. I have several different brands in here. I have my Cargo Blush right here. I have my Inglot Blush. I have my Inglot Shadows. Well, I call these my liners. These are Starlurks, right? These 3 are Starlurks. This is MAC. This is Wet n Wild. So, it's a custom palette, of course. Naturally, right? So, I have 2. Next, which of the palettes you own, which one palette would you say isn't worth the price? My Avon one, the Smoky Eye Quad True Color, has White Pearl, Privately Pink, Moonlight, and Steel in it, okay? These are baked shadows. This wasn't worth the price. I tried them wet. I tried them dry. I tried them with primer. I tried them without primer. I do not like this very much. But I am bound and determined to use it since I paid the money for it. Of the palettes you own, which one palette is worth every penny? My Naked palette. This is one of the most universal palettes I've ever used. It is some of the best quality I've ever used. I very much enjoy this palette. In the last 12 months, how many palettes have you given away or returned? Well, let me count. I gave away probably about 20 different palettes. I returned 1. Yeah. I'm pretty big on more of the giving away than returning. So, yeah, I pay it forward a lot of time. If for some reason one morning you woke up and all of your eye palettes vanished, which 3 palettes would you run out and get automatically? Alright. Now for the fact that my son keeps trying to break into my room to get into my stuff. I could see him destroying my palettes. The first one thing I would go and I would repurchase, since it is a good deal, is my one palette by Coastal Scents. It has 88 shadows. And I would be pretty much set, right? Because there's a lot of colors. So yes, I would repurchase this. I would repurchase my Naked palette. Absolutely. This is my holy grail no matter what. And honestly, if it got destroyed and I didn't kill whoever destroyed it, I'd go get my Bobbi Brown Eye Neutral palette, Naked palette, whatever. I would go get this. These 3 palettes, depending on my mood, I use these all the time. Actually, I use all my palettes. Never really thought of it that way, huh? Okay, now I'm going to give you a run through on what palettes I do have. I did just get this yesterday. It's the 88 color palette from BH Cosmetics. It's the Cool Matte eyeshadow palette. I have not used this yet. This is all brand new once I can get it open. And it has some bright colors, but I can't wait to use them. Pretty neat, and they're all matte, but it looks like some of them, to me, are shimmer. So, we'll see, we'll work with it some more. Got that one. Then I got me the Take Me to Brazil palette. I did use this one. I used it yesterday, okay? I used this bright orange, and I used this yellow. And I really like the consistencies of these. I mean, these are some bright, and I mean some bright colors for summer. So I think it's really awesome. It got like a highlighter shade there and a matte black, you know, that you could use in your crease or use as an eyeliner, and I really like it, and I love the packaging. It's really cool. Then I got the BH San Francisco palette. This sucker already cut me before, earlier today. And this is the color, this is the palette one fell out. That is just not cool. That's not cool. Get back in there without breaking. So it has eyeshadows on both sides. So you got 16 shadows. You lift this up. You got a highlight, a bronzer, and 2 blushes in a mirror. It's pretty cool. Except for that one shadow coming out. That kind of upsets me. But it's really cute. I mean, it's travel friendly, let me tell you. Then I got the Soft Focus Fresh palette by Pixie. I really enjoy this. One of my favorite. Got the big mirror. Got all these colors. I do got some lip glosses here. I just actually cut a piece of the plastic that was on it, and I just taped it to cover it for when I use the shadows. These are the shadows. These are my blushes. I really, really like them, and they smell kind of like Vicks, though. That's interesting to know. Then I got the Geometric Eyeshadow Book by e.l.f. This is my Starlux palette I got in my Starlux box for December. Alrighty. I have my Maybelline Eye Studio Quad Limited Edition. Oh, I have another limited edition. This is Desert Fantasy. This is my Revlon Color Stay and Addictive. My Starlux palettes right here, the Saint Tropez. I got my Pixie Shades of Taupe. Very nice. I really like how creamy those are. I got my Urban Decay Naked Basic palette. Alrighty. I have the Naked Truth by Wet n Wild. I have the Lavender Smokes by Maybelline. The Expert Wear line. Another Expert Wear line in Amethyst Smokes. I have Pedal Pusher, of course. I have this LA Colors Dreamy, which is just pink colors. I haven't even used it yet, brand new. I got this. This was one of my big, huge past edition palette searches, and this is Lust. So I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to use that one. Then I got Art in the Street, right? Yeah. Wet n Wild Sparkle Till Morning. Another one of my unicorn palette from Love Me number 365, and it's a palette. This is Shimmer the Night Away. Then of course I have the Comfort Zone palette. I have Poster Child, Lights, Camera, and Attraction. And that is my Confessions of a Palette Addict tag. So I will see you later, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.